Hello. Hello, Marius. Hello, Esme. Esme says, I didn't think you were streaming today, but I checked my phone. I didn't see a notification, so I went off to do some. I cannot read that word. Did the same now and figured you weren't streaming again. But alas, lesson learned. Poppy will stream when finally concluded he's not streaming today. There, I figured out his stream schedule. Brilliant. Yes, I stream when you're least expecting. How do we. Ah, there we go. There's a cat here somewhere. There it is. Just there. Little Blaze. And a pile of computer stuff. And Blaze. Isn't Blaze gorgeous? I'll try and get Blaze to join in at some point. Uh yes. Oh, he was there the whole time earlier when I was streaming earlier. A Peruvian fish. Okay. Uh yeah. So Blaze has been sat behind me the entire day. It's fireworks going on outside for whatever stupid reason. Um, and so Cat's been a bit scared. Hello, Caffeinated Linux. Welcome. Uh, so earlier, if you watched my earlier live stream, I actually think I can get away with that. No, I can't. I thought I could get away with that with glasses, but I can't. Um, I was doing some snap updates, as in updating some snaps that I am somewhat responsible for, and I've updated a few. So there's like more green ticks than there are red crosses. Yeah, I'm sorry, Marius. I didn't show you the cat earlier because Blaze was like Blaze is recovering. Uh, Blaze and an unknown identity has had a fight, and a week ago we had to take Blaze to the vet, and his foot was an absolute mess. Something went on, and I thought it was like a fox or something had a right old chew on his foot, one of his back feet. But thankfully, he's had some medication and he's had a lot of rest, a lot of bed rest, and he's been inside the house, which means he can't go and do cat based toilet things outside the house. He has to stay inside the house. And that smells. And so we're quite glad that he's now recovered enough and had enough. Yes, thank you, Esme, for all the cuddles. Please. Nope. Still fast asleep. No chance I'm going to get him to come over here. Whereas Trigger was just laying on my lap just now downstairs. Another one scared of the fireworks. So, yeah. Um, ask me anything. Ask me anything you like. Thank you for the cuddles and the hugs to Blaze. I will when Blaze wakes up. Is this light bright enough? I'm seeing some like phasing, some like 50 hertz phasing here. I think I need to fix that somehow, but I don't know how. I don't know if it's this light here. Oh my gosh, that's bright. Or whether it's the light above me. We'll figure that out. Anyway, let's do nerd stuff. I think Owncast is a bit broken, and so just YouTube and Twitch for now. Caffeinated Linux has a cat sleeping behind one of their monitors. Oh. So I've started this new job, and in the office, one or two people sometimes bring their dog in, and oh my gosh, sit in an office and there's a dog nearby that's just like crying or wanting attention, and I get distracted very easily. I wish I could take the cats into the office. I really do, but I can't. Uh, Mario says the phasing is from the light from your monitor. Usually looks like that. Solutions are the brighter light pointed at you. So I actually have a brighter light pointed at me right now. It's like a ring LED around the webcam, and I don't know if that's helping. Maybe if I dial down the brightness on my laptop, maybe that will help. Nope, that's the wrong button. That's the right button. And maybe dial down the brightness on this one as well, so there's less of that going on. I don't know if that has helped. I can't actually see myself now. So what were we doing? So one of the things I did was I was working through some snaps that I maintain, and if we look down the list, we're better than we were. This is refreshed at 9:30 my time. It's going to refresh again in about 17 minutes. And I did a few. Now, while I've been off air, um, Marius says, "Don't get distracted." He said, distracting me. Um, one of the ones I did while I was not streaming was Spot. Now, Spot is interesting. It's now disappeared from this list because I removed it, and it's a GTK Spotify application. I think I uninstalled it. Yeah, I did. Um, let me show you. Oh man, I did loads. I did this. So what I've done is, if we go and have a look at Spot, Spot is a GTK Spotify app, like a native Linux Spotify application, rather than using the Electron based or Chromium embedded framework based Spotify app, or using Spotify on a web page. This is a native GTK app, and it was written a few years ago, and I've been maintaining this, but unfortunately, one of the pitfalls with snaps is you build on a machine or a VM or a container that is a certain version of Ubuntu, usually. And Ubuntu is not super good at keeping up to date with the latest GTK and all the other libraries like lib. I want to say libhandy, but it's not. Is it libhandy? And all the other bits and bobs. Libadwaita is probably the one I should mention. And because of that, um, it means that sometimes applications get outdated in the Snap Store simply because it's actually really hard to rebuild all of the world just for a small GTK music app. And I didn't want to spend a huge amount of time maintaining like all of the packages to be built inside this snap. And so I waited. And so when a new LTS comes out, I switch to that, where there'll be new GNOME and new GTK and all the libraries. Um, and this is one of those ones where I've kind of avoided updating it. And the problem is the latest version upstream is Spot version 5. And so we're behind. And it fails to build. And if I go and find the upstream repository, um, by looking at where I pull from, this is the easiest way to like find the. This is the upstream repository on GitHub. And what do we see? Oh, this is what I found earlier. It's now unmaintained. Now there are forks of this. There's one called Ruff or Riff or something like that. Yeah, Riff. This one here. And so I was kind of, well, it's got past its sell by date. So what do? So in the Snap Store, I've marked Spot as um, unlisted. I could mark it as private, in which case nobody could download it. But what I did was just mark it unlisted, so it doesn't show up. So if you go to snapcraft.io, in fact, if you go there, you'll see it. It shows up. But if you go to the Snap Store and actually search for it, if you search for Spotify, for example, you won't find it. You'll find the official Spotify app and everything else, but you won't find Spot. So that's what I've chosen to do. It may be that I or someone else could pick up Riff and build that. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to give up on Spot for now, just because it's unmaintained upstream. And so there's no point me expending energy on that. However, other things I did update. This one, Session Desktop. Now, this one's been a bit of a pain. This broke, and you'll notice the version in the stable channel is 1.14.3. Let me just refresh that page. And oh, look, the version in Edge is 1.17.2. Someone contacted me and said the repo has moved. And so my YAML was pointing at the wrong place. And so when it was pulling and building, it was pulling the source, an old source. And so, yeah, that's not been updated for a while. And they told me. And because I didn't go hunting this down, my bad, it was outdated. But now it's up to date. And so, yeah, Session is now up to date. What is Session, you ask? You're asking, what is this thing? It's a chat client for crypto people. I kind of regret packaging this, but now I'm packaging it. I kind of feel like it's a rod for my own back, and I don't really like it. But there you go. You know, each to their own. It's one of these, like, all your chat is in the blockchain thing. So that's, yeah. But it's built on top of Signal. So it uses some of the components of Signal, like the chat interface and stuff. And there's some crypto nonsense in there somewhere. Anyway, it didn't work for a while, and now it does. And so, yay. Let's update and publish that, because that's now up to date. And the other thing that I had to do earlier on today is update it, because I'll show you. This is how simple it was to update. So there's two things here. One is the repo moved, and the second thing is they're building on newer versions of Ubuntu, and because they're building on newer versions of Ubuntu, the libc is newer, and I was building the snap on Core 20, which means Ubuntu 20.04, which sounds a very long time ago, and it is. It's like, where are we now? It's 5 years ago. And so my Snapcraft YAML was using Ubuntu 20.04, which meant the glibc that's in 20.04. And because I'm taking the binary build of Session and stuffing it into a Lexi container and then like smashing it all together, the binary doesn't run, because it complained that it was making libc calls that didn't work. Hey, Dustin Wilson on Twitch. Thank you for dropping by. First time catching one of your streams where you'd have to be quick, because they don't last long. I don't do it very often. I'm hoping to do more now that I have my setup. Is the phasing still happening? I can't see it because I've turned the brightness down based on Marius's suggestions. Yes, it's a very basic OBS setup. Anyway, where were we? Session Desktop. So the diff for the fix that I did a few hours ago when I wasn't streaming, you'll notice all I did was bump from Core 20 to Core 22. I could probably bump to Core 24, and next year Core 26. And the only other thing is the extension name was changed from GNOME 338 to just GNOME. That's it. And now it builds. And as you saw earlier, it works. And so I'm just going to release that because it works. So we jumped from 1.14.3 to 1.17.2. Review those changes and punch it, Chewy. Done. That's another one in the bag. Oh my life. It's 2,500 people who have that installed. It's wild. It blows my mind how many people rely on this stuff. Anyway, that's now up to date. 1.17.2. Great news. That's another one done. Now. So, let me catch up with the chat. Zebra Phil, hello. How are you doing? And I appreciate the circle and slash as a hello. thing, because I used to use that on IRC all the time, and everyone would be like, "What is that?" It's like, well, it's me waving. It's a head slashes an arm. Uh, oh my god, I'm catching up with chat. No, yeah, no need to update something not getting updated. Getting updates. Yeah, I guess that's referring to Spot. What is session? I've explained. It's a chat client. We can drop the crypto nonsense. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you mean we can drop the crypto nonsense. Do you mean we can drop calling it crypto nonsense, or we can drop the crypto nonsense? Like, stop. I don't know. Tell me, Esme. Uh, barely. What? That was not the target demographic snap I was expecting. What? The crypto nonsense people? Yeah. So the thing is, target demographic for Snap. Here's the thing. Um, what Snaps do is make it easy for people to install software generally when it works. And if you've got people who are enthusiastic about a thing, like let's say crypto or something, or music or games, they just want the easiest way to install the software that makes that thing work. And that's it. That literally is it. They don't care about software licensing, don't care about freedoms, they don't care about libraries. Now, let's park the part of the conversation where they maybe should care about those things, but they don't. And so they just want easy to install stuff. And that's, I think, partly the success of things like Flatpak, AppImage, and Snap is I just want, and then insert name of goal here, play music, play games, chat to my friends, whatever it, play videos, whatever it is. And all of these package managers make it easy to do that. That's it. Ian says he uses O and slash every morning on Mattermost. Yeah. Um, Now I look at it, like in the light of the current like right wing stuff, it does look a bit bad. Having the little circle and the arm in the air. There's no way I'm putting my arm in the air like that. But it actually just means hello. I once did that in uni, and the scientific communications lecturer had to awkwardly and politely ask me what it meant. Yeah, I think I'm relating to that right now. Ian says, one of my ex co workers thought I was doing a salute. Oh, good. Right. Okay. So we're all on the same page. It looks worse than it really is. Maybe we should all just use the emoji like wave thing, the little like hands that just do that. Um, for some reason, I was expecting the crypto crowd to be even more critical picky. Turns out the crypto crowd, I think this is one of those weird things where I was listening to a podcast today. Sorry, I need a drink. I was listening to a podcast today, and one of the topics was Reddit, and they were saying how Reddit is dot dot dot, or Reddit people are the Reddit community is, and the counterpoint is, well, no, because Reddit is so huge, and there's a diverse bunch of people on there. There's people enthused about like furries, and people enthused about a particular town, or a particular piece of software, or a protocol, or like Reddit is so big and crypto is so big that I think we do ourselves a disservice. And actually, Linux Desktop as well. We do ourselves a disservice to think that they're all like us, because they're not. No, we're nerds, and a lot of them are very much not nerds. Sorry, I've been sent a photograph. So the photograph that I've been sent is from Marius, viewer from Germany. Thank you very much. And my setup is very similar to that, but with a much, much smaller ring light. My ring light is only just bigger than the webcam. It's an IKEA one. Look on IKEA's website for ring light, and it's like a stand. Oh God, I'll show you. Linked blue. That's not quite what I've got. It's kind of similar to that. It's not that. I can't show it to you. but it's a bit similar to that. And there's a little like bucket at the bottom that you can put your pens in. It's for an office, and there's a thing you can hang your headphones on, like halfway up. Anyway, I'm using a thing like that. There we go. Uh, right. Yeah, better than no ring light at all. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is not a fantastic environment. Uh, as Zebrafill says, former IRC and our paths have crossed, but not by this name. Hmm. Hmm. Our paths have crossed, but not by this name. Okay, yeah, okay. I get people like their anonymity. I have no idea who you are. Caffeinated Linux says, here on Twitch, I use one of the many wave emotes that we have available to me. Now, you on YouTube are missing out. Well, you're not, because I could just do this. Um, and those on YouTube are not missing out because, oh no, because it won't show me. It won't show me the stuff that people have said previously, will it? No, it just, that's terrible. Never mind. Um, what I'm seeing is a little dog waving thing. It's cute. Yeah, he's right. Sorry, they are right. Over on YouTube, you're missing out on Twitch. We are distracting me immensely from what I was doing. Right. Do you remember we were talking about Telegram Asahi and how it was out of date? Hey, check this out. I tried building it and I tried building it on the Mac earlier and boom, I ran out of disk space. Can you help me with this? No space left on device. I do not believe that's no space left on the laptop. I don't think it's that. Marius even has their own emote for hi. Like that's quite cool. I need one of those. Right, so we need to figure out this. I think this is not no space left on the disk. Let's make sure that that's not the case. That is the case. Oh, it might be. Is it? Do I need to delete some stuff? Is that what it is? There's 22 gigs left. What are you talking about, man? Hmm. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's simply I have a container. I deleted all the so this about 3 hours ago. I tried building a Telegram Asahi, and it failed. Ran out of disk space in exactly this way. And like, bear in mind, it's building an awful lot of stuff. Uh, let's scroll back. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Like a whole load of cute and nonsense and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff. This goes back hours, right? Loads. I think the container is full, and I think there's something Lexi. I really wish we had some Lexi experts. Nobody needs VAR. What? Is my VAR full? Oh, no, that's fine. It's fine. Um, so Ian asks, does the container have a predetermined limit? This is a fresh install of LexD. I installed it. Oh no, it's not. No, this is that machine. Well, as you can see, there are only two containers, and I think I don't know what commands I need to do. I get stuck here. I need to figure out how to. Um, Docker spoils me. No volume mounting with LexC. It's a ZFS volume. Um, right. Well, let's just do the basic of LexD out of disk space. All containers suddenly out of disk space. Yeah, that sounds plausible. Um, yeah, it's not on another. This is on a laptop, so it's not. ZFS list mighty all. Maybe the Z pool is out of space, and this is from 4 years ago. And Stefan Graeber, original like creator of LXD. ZFS list. Ooh, ZFS list mighty all. Oh, Well, that's fun, isn't it? Is that going to work? There must be some LexD command I can run that tells me free space or something. Okay. Right. So, default Telegram Asahi. What was it? Lexi list. What's it called? It's called 1048871. That is that one. Hmm. Default images. 20 gig. So I don't know the size of this pool. Default containers is ZFS mount point. Lexi storage list. Default Lexi storage list. Okay. So this thing is 30 gig. That's the size of it. I think I've probably blown that up, haven't I? Oh man, Dan, just the right man to turn up right now. Well done, that man. Help. So backstory. Let me catch you up. In a previous episode, we were building Telegram Asahi, and I'm using LexD to do that on my M1 Mac, and it's blowing up because it's running out of disk space, and I'm pretty sure it's not out of disk space in the root file system, but it's running out of disk space. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure it's running out in the container. So I don't know how. Zebra Phil subscribed at tier 1 for 3 months in advance. I don't know what that means. Twitch, I don't know what that means. Thanks, though. uh, Thank you, Zebra Phil, whoever you are, mystery person. What do we do? What do we do? We need to figure out how to what? Well, you know what I could do? I could just destroy LexD, create it again, and give it a larger size rather than having to resize anything, because literally this is the only thing I'm using it for. That's the very quick and dirty. What cut out? Cut out after I said I don't know how. Oh, I could add a second pool. I don't want to add a second pool. Oh, Mr. Fridge. Yes, that rings a bell. Hello, Mr. Fridge. That rings a bell. Yes, thank you. Uh, right, stuff this. Lexi delete force base instance and Snapcraft. Right, yeah, I agree. Dan, you are completely right. I could make this much better, but what I'm going to do is just go snap remove, sudo snap remove, purge, XD. I'm going to reboot, nuke it from orbit. Oh. Okay, thank you for explaining. I've obviously streamed enough for Twitch to make me an affiliate, so people can subscribe to the channel. I did not know this. Uh, I've certainly done it for a while, but yeah, on and off, not like aggressively streaming. Aggressive streaming, yeah, not that. Right, so sudo snap install LexD. I don't know if removing it. I think removing it with purging probably got rid of everything. And I think now if I snap install and then do LexD in it, but give it a bigger pool. I think that'd be it. So sudo. Do I need sudo XD in it? No, I don't. Come on then. No, I don't want clustering. No, I don't want a pool. ZFS. Yes. No. Hey, there we go. So this is the thing I think we're hitting is the 30 gig. Now, how much space have I got left? Um, Lots. Oh, 43. That's not lots, is it? Now, I don't want to sit here and go through all of my disk space and show you all my files. I think what I'm going to do is just cast my eyes to the machine next to me, which is the machine I'm SSH'd into. And what I'm going to do is ncdu, but I don't want you to see what's on here. So I'm doing ncdu in the root directory. I'm basically doing ncdu like that in another window on another machine. What's taking up all the space? 37 gig in the snap folder. Right. So uh, the amount of space taken up. Oh man, do I really want to do this? Oh, okay. I can get back a lot of space by pressing delete on this. Right. How much have we gained? Ooh, another 10 gig. Uh, right. Let's see if I can get some more space back. What I just deleted was some video recordings. Stop it. Some video recordings from my car. If you haven't seen, I've bored everyone with this. Probably. Do you see this stuff? This kind of thing. Am I going to play you a video through my live stream? That seems ill-advised. Right, so this is the view from my car parking cameras, and you can capture that data. And I've written some software that like composites that together. And I've kept some historical, like some of that data on the hard drive on this machine, on the SSD on this machine, and it's taking up a lot of disk space. So, uh, uh, just so you can see the composited version. There you go. That's what it looks like. So this is the front camera, the rear camera, the left and the right from my car. They're just the parking cameras. Anyway, I've just deleted that, and that gave me some space. What else can I get rid of? Yep, there's another 4 gig, and another something, another 2. Yep, I am going crazy deleting stuff right now. I've just deleted a folder containing all of my previous employers' source code. Gone. Right, so let's go back and say, how much disk space have I got? 64 gig. So I reckon we could create that pool. That, to the original question, how big to make that? I could make that 50 gig. There we go. And Excellent Chef says, hello. So, switched over to Arch Linux this week on my main desktop. Got any suggestions or things I should know? That's a convoluted way of saying, by the way, I run Arch. Good work. Well done. I don't use Arch. I've got no idea. I did have one Arch machine in the house, and it was my Steam Deck, and I sold it. So I no longer have Arch machines. I don't think I have any Arch machines in the house. Yes, Dan, you are right. It is the only way to be sure. So I was watching a TV program earlier called The Wheel, and there was a question and it was a movie question, and the question was, which of these catchphrases is famous from um, uh, Christmas movie Die Hard? Which of these is famous from Die Hard? And it was the answer is "Welcome to the party, pal." That he shouts at Alan Rickman's character. Anyway, one of the other lines that you could have chosen, or the player could have chosen, was "Game over, man! Game over!" And I obviously recognised this straight away as a line from the film Aliens. And I was quite pleased that the expert on TV programme, who was Jonathan Ross, did not get which film it was from. Just a minor thing there. Quite pleased about that. Game over, man. Game over. Yeah, please don't snip that and put it on Twitch. Uh, so, right, now we've got 50 gigs. So, in theory, if I do Lexi list, there are no containers. Right, this all works. Let's just do a test launch. Lexi launch Ubuntu 24.04. I should get a amusingly named instance created. So, Daniel, it's among your favourite films. Hudson was a flawed and great character. They're all great characters. That film is just wonderful. Have you ever played the? No, you won't, because you're young and I'm old. Um, there was a game on the 8-bit microcomputers that was a license of the film, and this is very sad. The music on the Amstrad version, which had a AY sound chip, was really quite good. It's quite eerie, and you're like moving around the ship, and aliens would pop out, but like the music was like super atmospheric. It was great. Anyway, go and look it up. Uh, I'm such a nerd that me and my mate Keith used to play this game all the time, and he recorded the music on a cassette deck, and we would sit and listen to it. You know how people complain about? Oh my god! You know how people complain these days about people playing audio on their mobile phones out loud and not like with headphones on. Me and Keith were sat on the train um, listening to the audio soundtrack from an 8-bit video game, Aliens, on his like Walkman, and his Walkman was really cool. It had speakers on it. Yeah. Anyway, go and find. I can't play the audio because reasons. Um, Probably you'll find there's a video somewhere on YouTube um, of. I'm super distracted by this. Why? Uh, Aliens. CPC. Oh, there we go. Right. So yeah, go and find that. Aliens for the Amstrad CPC. So I can't hear this. I don't know where the audio is coming out, but isn't anywhere. How do you? There we go. Yeah, this is not good. This is the Spectrum version, you liar. This is not the CPC version. Outrageous YouTube channel. How dare you? Um, where's the audio? Oh my gosh, I should not be randomly clicking on YouTube videos. Anyway, go and find it. It's really good. Sorry about that diversion. If you had access to a Mac Mini M4, would this build any more quickly? So that is a great question, Ian. A fantastic question. Oh, weird. Um, oh well, it would pause the stream, wouldn't it? Because you could only watch one video at a time. Right, we'll just wait while you catch up, Ian. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, God, who knows? Right, let's right. So that created an instance fine. So I think it's working. Let's see, shell precious server apt update. Let's just make sure the network works. Yeah, that works. That's good enough for me. Right, so let's do our build thing. Right, so this is now going to build, and I'll answer your question. Thank you for catching up here. Uh, um, I don't think it's possible to run Asahi on the Mac Mini M4. I think you go and do your own research, as they say. Um, I think one of the problems is the number of developers has dwindled a bit. This list of Asahi intends to support. I don't know how up to date this documentation. Not possible. Only M1 and M2. Okay, thank you, Marius. Marius knows about this stuff. He's been doing some research recently. Oh, you finished your article. Brilliant. So I didn't want to say. I was just trying to say Marius is an authority on this subject because he's been doing some research for an article. So yeah, the problem is there's a limited number of devices that are supported. The M1 is a cracking little machine. It really is. Um, and earlier on, this thing was just pegged at like maxed out all the cores, and it was just going chug 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 chug. Um, and this is what I'm doing to package a piece of software. Like someone else should be doing this. um, so Dan says, "Oh, I meant to ask you. Do you know how we're supposed to move our Snapcraft invocation to the explicit Snapcraft pack?" Yes, you just put the word pack in there as well. Sorry to be facetious. It wasn't my intention. So, for example, here I could go Snapcraft pack use LexD maybe. So this is a question that Dan's asked on Twitch, like that. Right, that makes that message go away. I think that's it. I don't know why they've done this. This whole forcing you to put a thing in there, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the last 2 years that's kind of broken in Snapcraft. Um, don't worry, this is on a completely different machine. This is not going to adversely affect the build running on my Mac. This is running on this ThinkPad. Uh, I don't think I'm being unreasonable by saying there's been some churn in Snapcraft, churn in the code, and some of the things have changed. And I think because there's been some change in engineers on the team and change in focus on other things, some things have broken. So when I say broken, I mean like things that used to work no longer work. Like, I used to be able to do Snapcraft, use LexD, and then dash dash debug and dash dash verbose, and it would drop me inside the LexC container, and I could poke around, and it would have files mapped from the host to the container, and I could edit the Snapcraft YAML outside the container, and then run Snapcraft inside the container, and then introspect what's going on and look at the logs more closely in the container where it's being built. And now it just flies past. Even if you say dash dash debug, it like it's like, yeah, okay, whatever, and it just carries on past that and just um, doesn't drop you into the container, which I find completely frustrating. So yeah, I don't know how. I've mentioned this a couple of times to the developers, and I don't know why that is the case, but it is. It's interesting when you're a DevRel at a company like Canonical, and you can go and like effectively walk up to a developer and say, you know what, this is broken. Um, and they will tell you directly, well, yes, we'll get to that. It's on our backlog. It's in the future, or there's this other thing going on, or my priorities are over here, or I've been told not to do that, right? They'll tell you whatever the reason is. I'm just making those reasons up. When you're outside the organization, you don't get that. And so I am just like any other pleb filing bug reports on Snapcraft. In fact, I mentioned earlier about a issue that oh god. Do you know what? This light is really bright. It's making it hard for me to type. That's what it is. Hang on. Let me see if I can make this less bright. That's better. God, that's so much better. So somewhere here, there's a thread from me just like 2 days ago. There it is. Boop. I mentioned this earlier. So this was 3 days ago. I'm asked nothing. Someone else has favorited this. Is it? I don't know who that is. Maybe I do. Can't recognize that. Yes, I do know who it is. But like, I'm not saying you have to answer my question. You know, how outrageous that you haven't answered my question on here. But I don't know. I think they're busy doing other things. Maybe I put my question in the wrong place. Could be that. You know, people at Canonical are busy. Yeah, it does seem like there's a lot going on. So, yeah, I'll cut them some slack. I'm not going to hassle them. It's just quite busy over there, clearly. Uh, right. So I think what we've got now is Telegram is building somewhere. There. Uh, there. Well, it's not even building. It is downloading, and it's going to carry on downloading for ages. Ian says dedication to the cause. I presume that is the response to I don't know why I continue to maintain these things. Yeah. Dan says Snapcraft as a tool is a great idea, but I find the user experience to be frustrating to say the least. Yes. Yes, it is. However, I could say exactly the same thing about Docker. Um, right. Everyone who is of a developer mindset, and that's not me, right? I'm just some interloper, right? Tell me what a pleasant build experience is. Like, what's your favorite build tool? Tell me, because I want to know. Like, I've been using a bunch of things recently, and some things give me great pleasure. I'm an honorary developer, Daniel says. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Um, I've found things that I've found really quite pleasant to use. Um, hmm, what have I found pleasant to use? Yeah, that's a hard one to just like pluck one out of the air. Can you watch the storage space for Lexi just to make sure things are going okay? I mean, I could. Uh, there's a Lexi storage thing, isn't there? Isn't there? Storage info, is it? That's a good question, Ian. I see YouTube and Twitch are competing here with excellent questions. Yeah, well, I said info. I didn't. What? Info. Ah, I should do list first, shouldn't I? Boom. Right. Info. What do I do? Info. What? Default? Default? There you go. Total space 50 gig. Is that what I gave it? Is that what we said back up here? I can't remember. I've been babbling like a village idiot for half an hour. Snapping.txt. Do do do. Oh, I'm using BioBoot, so I have to scroll differently. All the way up here, somewhere. I think we said 50, didn't we? further up. Hmm. I must have done it in another terminal. Oh well, yeah, pretty sure I did it 50. Yes, let's use watch. Well done. Good idea. Mine's D because I like to see the dynamic updates. There we go. So space used 4 gig. Yes, I gave it 50 gig. Is 50 gig enough to build all of Qt and all of Telegram? Who knows? We shall find out. Do you know what Daniel says? Favorite build tool, Rust's Cargo. Uh, I kind of expected that. It makes life so simple. I used to use CMake, make files. Rust toolchain is so lovely compared to those. I like to build software inside of LXD in various circumstances. I think it's a great tool. Yeah, I guess so. Uh, Thinking about it, like through Snapcraft and building a load of other people's software, I have become aware of other tools like Ninja and CMake, and I didn't really use CMake much at all before about 4 years ago, 6 years ago. Yeah, same with Rust. I didn't use Cargo, and UV is something I use all the time with Python. I know it's not a build tool, but like a package manager. Like so, maybe my question extends beyond build tools, but package managers as well. I love UV. It's so cool. Yeah. So this takes 55 minutes before it dies. So we're going to be here a while. We should probably go and do something else. Let's leave that where it is, and we'll come back to that cake later. How is everyone doing? Saturday night, how is everyone? While I find the next thing we're going to touch. Esme says, oh, just found an excuse to try out UV. Plus 1000 on UV. Have you not tried UV? Like, can I just show you briefly a thing I love about UV? Um, right. Warning, danger, Will Robinson. I'm going to mention AI related stuff, right? So the thing I love about UV, right? Let's do this on my current laptop. I sat here. Let's say I want to create a brand new Python project, right? I go to my projects directory and I go Esme potatoes. And I've got this directory, right? And I just go UV venv. And now this is exactly the same as a Python venv, but it's faster. And there's other things that are really good about this. Like I can create a virtual environment and I do UV venv, and then I can go dash dash Python. Ooh. Let's say I've got something that really needs Python 3.11 for whatever reason. Then it goes off and gets the bits, creates this virtual environment, and now I have my, 311, right? And then I can do UV pip install, I don't know, PyTorch or whatever it is I need. And it goes and gets the bits. And then in that, it fails because of whatever. Well, oh, it's called Torch, isn't it? Okay. I'm just making stuff up now. There we go. Brum. Oh, God. I regret this. My connection is probably just going to lock up now. Oh, dear. Uh, Belgian cherry beer. I'm drinking water. Belgian cherry beer. I really wish I hadn't chosen something so chunky. Why didn't I just do UV pip install something else? Uh, so this is nice, right? But it's not a lot different than like literally any other way of doing a Python virtual environment. I find this is interesting because it's got some nice like helpers. Like I can do UV run and a thing, and it will just run the thing, stand up the environment, and then run it, which is quite nice. The other thing I like is being able to do UVX. Have you used UVX? UVX is quite cool. Uh, how long is this going to take? 40 out of 83, 40 out of 118, 40. Why are they all at 40? What is going on here? This is a very weird way to show me. Holy cow, 800 meg. Right, scratch that. Right, so the other thing that's really nice is UVX. Does it give me any help? UVX help. So this is very common in the AI space because sometimes you want to launch a thing without having to stand up a build environment. Back up a bit. What is UV? So, like, okay. What is UV? Let's say I'm creating a new Python project and I want to install a bunch of packages and I want to use a specific version of Python, or I want to consume somebody else's Python project and it requires certain Python version and other requirements. Now, the version of Python that I have on my machine here is, sorry, whoa, Python 3. There we go, 3.12, right? What if the thing that I want to use is baked around 3.10 or something else? UV is a Python thing. Yes, Ian. And so what I can do, normally what you would do is Python venv or something like that. You create a virtual environment. And what you effectively do is create like this sub shell. And in that, there's a specific version of Python binary. And if I do that, if I create one called Ian demo, right? I can say UV venv, create a virtual Python environment which has Python 3.9, like, and it will go and get Python 3.9 and put it in there. And then when I do a source VM bin activate, it sets up my environment. And now I'm sat inside a Python environment. And this prompt here is showing you I'm in a Python environment, the little Python logo there. And if I go which Python, you'll see the binary for Python is in here. All makes sense. Good. Good. So now I could run, like, I could create my software in here, my Python like software, and if I run that Python binary like that and then foo.py, it will run the Python that's in here with all the dependencies that I've already installed, and that's pleasant because I don't have to then like use Conda or something. Yeah, I guess it's an alternative to Conda and stuff like that. Hello, Big Pod. Anyway, I enjoyed that. I enjoy UV. The thing that I really like is UVX. So UVX lets you run a thing without installing it, really. It's a bit like the equivalent of NPX. And UVX is for UV as NPX is for NPM, I think. So let me think of UPX gripe again. What is going on? I didn't move. Weird. I didn't move, and I just saw the video thing reset, and my screen went blank. Anyway, yeah, sorry, man. I didn't move. You're gonna have to like chain me to the desk or something. Oh, sorry, God, I can't type. It's UVX. Yes. I'm sorry. Internet gremlins are not pleased. So notice here, I've done UVX gripe MCP. Now, I did not give it a git URL. I'm just in a random directory. And now this is running a Python program that it went and got off the internet, one that I wrote, that it went and got off the internet and has published. I have published on the internet and it's now running. It's quite cool. Jeff says, I don't like their install instructions. I'll curl the install script into bash. Yeah, that's one way you can get it. I don't think I installed it that way. That is a way. You know, It's I'm not a big fan of that either. But I mean, arguably, what I'm doing here is not a lot not a lot better. What is this? Oh God. So if I go to it's on PyPy, isn't it? In my previous employer, I created a thing called an MCP server, um, uh, which, oh God, it's a tool for an AI agent, yada, yada, yada. But the only command you need to run is that. It doesn't matter what version of Python you have installed, so long as you have UV available and UVX available, you can run that and it will run this program. It's a bit like, saying, go and get that piece of software and just run it. And it is very curl pipe to bash kind of thing. Sorry. Um, but I've published to PyPy. PyPy? What's the URL? I can never remember. So if I go and look for it. So I made this in a meeting one day in August, just a couple of months ago. And yeah, you just run UVX and that's it. Yeah, it is. It is the Python equivalent of curl pipe to bash, but without sudo. So that's good. Um, Beepod says, how is that any less secure than any random package that someone made and put on the web? I mean, yeah, it's there's a whole conversation about that for sure. Um, hey, where were we before we got sidetracked into all of this? The reason why that sat there is it's waiting for some input on standard IO. Um, and it's going to crash if I give it rubbish. Um, what were we doing? What on earth were we doing? Well, we were just chatting, weren't we? Um, hey, should we just check and see if this is still running? 6 gig. Yeah, it's probably still fine. Whee! Okay, so now it's building something. Looks like UV is written in Rust. Let's snap it. It's already been snapped. Don't you worry. I'm pretty certain UV is in here somewhere. Hmm. There it is. Yes, it has already been snapped. So this is Dan in Twitch. Sweet. Yeah. So rather than me trying to explain what UV is, I could have just pointed you at this because this is what it really is. Oh, latest update today. That's good. But yes, you're right. It is a cool developer tool. Cool toys are the best, says Esme. You are right. Do you know what? I never thought a few years ago that I'd be sitting here talking about developer tools. Dustin says the best part about UV is that it's not pip. Meow. Yeah, okay. You're not wrong. I don't know why UV just suddenly has just blown up. I don't know. Has it got a marketing department or something? I don't know. I just really like it. It works well for me. If it doesn't work for you, use something else. That's all good. What else have we got here to do? There's lots of green ticks. The B2 one is really annoying me. I need to do that. 2025-08-08 is upstream. And I've got 2025-01-05. Oh my life. What's going on here? What is B2? Do you all know what B2 is? Are you ready to find out what B2? I don't think you're ready for B2. Have I got B2 installed? I have. This is B2. It is a BBC Micro emulator, and it is the best BBC Micro emulator. It is just glorious. I love it. And it can emulate all kinds of different weird BBC Micro things. Yeah, it's even like the high end BBC. And do you see the little thing in the bottom corner when like caps lock and stuff are on or off? Because on a BBC Micro, for those who are younger than about 40, 50, The BBC Micro looks a bit like this and has little red LEDs here for the caps lock, cassette motor. Glorious. Cas- little red LEDs. Anyway, in the emulator, when like these little red lights are to kind of like emulate these red lights down here, it's just glorious. Yes, you probably got sound because I think it came out of the speaker of the laptop, and the speaker is turned up pretty much full, and the microphone is like here, and the laptop is there. I think that's how you got it. Yeah. So B2 is marvelous, and I love it. And I've spoken to the developer a few times about this kind of stuff. I don't think I've got any. You can just like load in disk images of games and stuff. It's like any old retro emulator. It's just a really really well done emulator. It's got debug tools and all kinds of stuff. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's using IMGUI, which is very popular for nerdy stuff. The developer is lovely. Anyway, it's not up to date, and I need to update it. So, also, interesting conversation I need to have. Tom, the upstream developer, uh, has the longest version numbers. What are you doing, Tom? Um, and like that's I've had to strip off the B2 from the front of that. Um, yes, Ian, you're right. The perforated rectangle to the left. This perforated rectangle here. There was like a ROM socket, a ZIF socket in there that you were like, oh wow, I've kicked everyone off now. We're all doing it. Somewhere I've got a video of me fixing one of these, but anyway, B2. Let's get back to B2. Let's fix B2. So B2 in the stable channel is 2025-0105, so it's quite old, which is pretty terrible. Um, and I should probably update that. Builds. When was the last time I did a build? Was it actually back in January? It's what, this is probably the same thing. Oh no, failed to build. Oh no. Oh no. Well, let's fix that. Right. God, look at this. Wow. Okay, so what do we do? In the snap, we have a Snapcraft YAML, and it uses Core 22, and it goes and gets the code, submodule update, and builds it. I think we changed the version somewhere. Somewhere in here, set version, git describes tags, and then we cut the front of it off. I think that's right, isn't it? We cut off the first few characters. Oh yeah, right. Okay. So using the delimiter minus sign, we only use 2 to 4, which is why we cut off the B2 bit. The reason for that is Snapcraft doesn't support version stamps longer than whatever this is. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. I think it's like 30, and this is too long. This is like one character too long. So when I publish it, I strip off the B2 bit at the front, and so it's just left with that. I really wish I'd just used that bit there. That would have been nice, or just the git tag or something. Anyway, um, so is it still failing to build? Last time was 2 months ago. Let's hit the button. See what happens. This is the thing I usually do: just hit the button, see if it fails. Zebraphil says, "Back in my day, get off my lawn." Shakes fist at cloud. Old nostalgia. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing. The reason I maintain B2 is because sometimes I want to spin up an old BBC Micro thing, like not necessarily elite or anything like that. I actually used it a while back for a blog post. Yay, there it is. So I wrote this blog post, and I'm so sorry. Why is this doing this? Are we back? Are we back? Please tell me we're back. Could you put one of your cats on your laptop to stop you from moving? I can hear you typing but can't see anything happening. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there. Who clogged the tubes? Yeah, back. Thank you. Right. So there is a. I wonder if it is a power thing. I'm literally. I'm not moving. I'm doing my absolute best to stay still. So just here, I'm trying not to touch anything. There is a attached to the computer that's doing the streaming is a USB C attached like docking thing, and attached to it is the audio interface, which is a Scarlett thing, Scarlett Solo, the webcam, which is a Logitech, whatever that is, yeah, and the third thing that's attached to it is the video capture card. The video capture card is an Asus like USB attached video in, video out thing. I don't want to move and show you this stuff. So yeah, sounds like a power issue to the hub. I think Marius, I think you are right. C920 says Ian, yeah, something like that. The same one everyone has. Marius, it sounds like a power issue. Then my displays go black and the card resetting. I think what's actually resetting is the USB thing. Like, I really want to pick up the webcam and show you, but I can't. What I could do is get my phone and let's go. I'll show you. I'll show you a tour of this nonsense. Do you want to see this nonsense? Okay, I'll show you this nonsense. Here we go. Here is the nonsense. Also, cat's still there. Hasn't moved. Um, Now, in theory, I can make OBS show the camera from my phone. How do I do this? Webcam, HD Pro, Allen's. Oh god, this is gonna be horrible. Right, you ready for this? Right, it's gonna be black. The camera's gonna be black initially because I'm gonna point it at the desk. Right. Okay. Are you ready for this? Oh, that's my dirty desk. You ready? Right. So here's the ThinkPad. Right. Let's go around and find the cat. Let's go and find the cat. That. Blaze. Blaze is not remotely interested in anything you have to say. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's come back here to the grubby ThinkPad, and what you will see is this is the output. I'll just put that there. There you go. Yes, I have Crocs. So this is the DisplayPort output from the ThinkPad T450. It is indeed a T450. And so that output goes to this device here, which is the video capture card. Thank you for acknowledging the cat tax has been paid, Zebraphil. I appreciate that. Now, that is attached via HDMI. So you can see the HDMI port on the back of that. It also has an HDMI out, which I'm not currently using. And it's an Asus thing that I don't have the box handy, so I can't tell you what model it is, but it's you could probably find it. It's USB powered, right? Now, it's getting its USB power from the computer that is capturing that, which is via this thing. This is the USB hub that we think might be a problem. So, Ethernet connected to this, and red is the Scarlet, which is there, somewhere there. And the middle one, the middle black one is the webcam, and the bottom one, USB Type A, is this. It's the other end of that USB cable there. Goes to there. And this plugs via this into dun 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 this, my work Mac. So running OBS. Zoom. So yeah, that's the setup. And yeah, it could be improved. It could be a lot better. No dedicated power input on the hub. I think we found the problem, says Marius. Yes. I could fix that right now. Okay. There is a... See this? See how it goes all the way to here and then doesn't go anywhere. That could be it. Right. Bear with me. Hold on. Let's switch back to... hello. Let's switch back to this. Now, expect interruption to service as I plug this in and touch this. Oh, shoot. Where's the port? There. Right. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yep, there it went. It went bloop, bloop. Did we go? Did we go? Stand by. Stand by. What do we think? Everyone back? Everyone gone? Everyone back? The stream didn't drop. Okay, right. You survived. I did. I did. Right. Let's go back to this area. You are now allowed to move for testing purposes, says Marius. Daniel says, what dark magic are you using to send your phone video to OBS? Right, this is where I have to be. Right, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm streaming from my work Mac. And as such, I'm running OBS on my work Mac because I don't have enough computers of my own to do this. And the OBS on the Mac, when you say webcam, one of the options is the internal webcam on the computer. Another one is a USB attached webcam. And the other option is your phone. And one of the options on the phone is what I was doing, just holding it. And another option is to have it above what your desk. And it morphs whatever's on the desk. The idea is you have it pointing downwards so you can like look at your keys or circuits you're analyzing or whatever. So that's the dark magic. Right. So bear with me just one moment and I will obtain a cat. Right. I'm standing up and moving around. And I fully expect. Right. Here we go. This is Blaze. Do you want full size view? This is Blaze. Blaze seems uninterested by your presence or mine. Now, let's tip you up a bit. There you go. There you go. Well, you're very warm. So Blaze is almost a year old. Blaze arrived with us with his sister Luna. Hey, yeah, you're all right. About a year ago. All right, buddy. But unfortunately, Luna was got by foxes. Um, he is a massive fan of UV. Right, you're right, okay. You're very hot, aren't you? Oh, there you go. He's a good boy, aren't you? You're a good boy. Do you want to go back on the bed? Yeah. Oh. Right, that's Blaze. Where were we? We were doing. No, no. Yes. Uh, that's very cool, and I wish I had that for Android. I don't know that you can get cats for Android. I think it's a very iOS thing. Uh, B2 is where we were at. Quite a few options to get Android phone cameras into OBS. Yeah, there are. There's like apps. I'm pretty sure there's one called Droid Cam. I think, and I think Mark on our. Uh, you're welcome for the cat interlude. Um, uh, Esme sends Blaze all the ice cubes and fans. Where do you think Blaze has gone now? Back where he was. He sat there all day, literally all day, not moved. Um, yeah, Droidcam. I think Mark on your favourite podcast and mine, Linux Matters. Mark has used Droidcam, I think, in the past. Also, sorry, I should pause for a moment. Marius, thank you for that guidance, and whoever else suggested that it's that. It's plugged into a pretty crappy USB thing. It's entirely possible that that's not enough power even for that, but it's a bit warm. Anyway, B2. The reason why I mentioned B2 is because I left a comment on this YouTube video. Um, yeah, don't watch the YouTube video. It's fine. Oh, okay. On this YouTube video, and it is my most upvoted comment I've ever left on a YouTube video. And it's this one here. Like 1.8k upvotes because I wrote a virus for the BBC Micro when I was at college. Uh, like it's quite amusing that the replies to this somewhere down here, you should be prosecuted under the Computer Misuse Act or something, somewhere down here. It's quite hilarious. I can hear meowing. I think Trigger is outside the room, so expect more cat attacks very soon. Anyway, yeah, that was funny. The reason why I mentioned B2 is because all the way down here, I kind of see. Oh, actually, remember I said there's a video of me rebooting a BBC. Oh, what you idiot! Oh, I need to go and find that video. Do you know where it is? It'll be on GitHub. Right, where is my blog? Oh, is it under here? Yeah, there we go. Blog. Where was it? It was in. I need to fix the redirects. It's not working. Blog videos. So it's under static videos. When was it? 0910. That one. Yay! There we go. So here, let's download that video file. I hope it plays. Ambassadors are go. Yeah, you can't hear that. You probably could know the rather stupid success. um, yeah, I put new capacitors in the power supply of this BBC Micro, and I say something like "new capacitors I'll go," but the voice isolation on this is. In fact, I could probably turn that off. No, I don't want to turn that off. Anyway, yeah, you're here. Go. If I like, yes, there you go. Oh, hello, Trigger. We've been joined by another pussycat. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to be seen. Come on. Get ready for Cat Cam Part 2. Hey, buddy. He's a bit more cautious. He's also a lot older and a lot fatter. It looks like he is Blaze's dad, but he isn't. Oh, good lord. This is Trigger. He is purring, I assure you. You got wet paws. You've been outside, haven't you? Yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Get off me. Get off me. So, Zebraphil asks, does he have a broom? Um, Trigger, shall I put you on the bed? You want me to go on there? Don't fight. No fighting. Um, no, he does not have a broom. He when we went to get Trigger is 8 years old, I think, 8 or 9 years old. And when we went to get him from, we went to try and find a cat at a cat rescue place. So what's that? 8 years old is like what, 2016, 2017, something like that. We went to a cat protection league place in Hindhead and looked around and saw loads of cats, and they're all very cute, obviously, because all cats are cute. And then we couldn't find any that suited because some of them were like, cannot live with other cats, cannot live with children, cannot live with people called Alan, can't live with people with grey hair, like whatever it was. There was loads of criteria that you couldn't have this cat. And as we were walking out of the Cat Protection League, Claire, my wife, just glanced into the office and saw like a whiteboard with like a grid of which cats were available and stuff. And on the grid, there was a cat called Trigger. And Claire said, I don't think we saw a cat called Trigger. And they said, oh, yeah, he's in the other annex. We were like, well, we'd like to go and see Trigger. And so we went and saw Trigger. And we were like, yes, this is the one. We would like this cat, please. And so that's how Trigger came to be in our lives. Isn't it, mate? Yes. He had steak for tea tonight. That's how well treated the cats are in our house. To be fair, I had steak as well, and he had some of it, and he loves it. Anyway, so we were getting very distracted by other things. Um, yeah, so B2. Somewhere down here, there you go, there's a screenshot of B2, and there's a simulated screenshot of somewhere down here of a virus I wrote 30 something years ago. Oh, God. 35 years ago. Yeah, anyway, B2 is good. Has it finished building it? It's in progress. Let's go and watch the build happen. So one of the cool things is all these builds are happening in Launchpad, and you can go and look at the builders and see what they're doing. And somewhere down here there'll be one called running B2. Nope, not that one. There it is. That one. So this is one of the builders, and if you look at the top, there's a summary of like what all the builders are doing. And unsurprisingly, the RISC-V ones are so slow that they've got an enormous queue, and the S390 ones, there's not as many of those. Like 73 RISC-V machines. This is pretty impressive, really. Um, I need to look into this whole AMD V3 thing. It's like Gen 2 levels of optimization. Anyway, mine is building on. Oh my god. No, that's not the right machine. I thought for a minute I was using a Risk 5 machine, but I'm not, thank the Lord. So this is it building in Launchpad. This is my B2 Snap building in Launchpad. It's very, very kind, I have to say. I moved. It's very, very kind of Canonical to provide this free build service that we can just throw software at and it will build. It's pretty impressive, really. I've always thought this was amazing. So let's just catch up with the chat. Uh, Ian says, does your family have a thing for cow cats? I think you'll find they're called tuxedo cats, Ian. Um, Not cow cats. They do look very similar, though, Trigger and Blaze. Luna was jet black. She wasn't. She didn't have any white on her anywhere, I don't think, as I recall. I see if I can find a photo of her at some point. Esme says, such a lovely kitty and how bougie. And today I learned cats get to have steak, as they should. So, our cats, we have a dining room table which has um, 6 seats, one at each end, and then 4 like opposite to each side. And the members of the human part of the family comprise 4 humans. And so there's me and Sam on one side of the table, and Claire and Sophie on the other side of the table when the family are at home. And the cats always sit at the ends of the table, expecting food. They're like dogs. They like food, and they will get down from the table and they will swap, or they will both climb on one chair and fight, and then one of them will go to the other end. But there's always a cat at each end of the table, wanting food. And so far we have learned that Blaze, the cat behind me, will eat uh, chicken, duh, steak, yes, naan bread. Really likes naan bread. Really, really likes naan bread. Ice cream. Really likes ice cream. We try not to let them have things that we know they're not supposed to have, like chocolate, because it's not good for them. But yeah, they like chicken. A roast dinner on a Sunday when we're all sat around at the table and the cats sit at each end is quite a nice part of the week. Yeah. Anyway, B2. Ask me anything. Big Pod says the MDV3 is literally just a set of optimizations for close to latest CPUs since they have certain things included that others don't. I believe there's a V4 now. Yes. I. Right, I'm going to have to find a photo of the cats at the end of the table. Naan bread. Yes, they are British cats. Yes, we do eat curry. I don't think they're particularly fans of things with sauce on them, but they do like gravy and chicken with gravy and stuff. Did I see a so Renquist says, did I see a beeb in the channel thumb? Yes, you did. Sorry about that. That was me having this open. Uh, Sorry. I made that for my friends Will and Stuart because when did I make that? That video is old. Well, the blog post was a while ago, wasn't it? Has it got a date on it? I don't know that it has. So yes, no, I'm not working on one at the moment. I'm currently that one that you saw in the video is currently in my loft. Hello, by the way, Renquist. Um, this one is all packaged back up in its box and is in the loft. Hello. And what I'm working on at the moment is a emulator called B2, updating it because There you go, B2. Updating my packaging of B2. I'm just doing a build in a remote build server in Launchpad. So yeah, as you can see, it's building, building, building. It's written in C. It's rather cool. So yeah, if you want to play with B2, Tom Snedden B2. You'll find it on GitHub. Or Tom Seddon, sorry. Or Snedden. I get him and Joey Snedden mixed up. Tom Seddon, yeah, has made this BBC emulator. So if you're into BBCs, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. I do have a real one, but it's in the loft. And yeah. But yeah, B2 is quite cool. Marius says, have you tried feeding them cat food? Yes. Yes, we have. And the cats do, not the BBC, but the cats. Yes, the I haven't tried putting cat food in the BBC, but this thing does eat copious quantities of cat food. You know Pavlov's dog, the whole like ring a bell and they come running. This is Pavlov's cat. We've got one of those automated cat feeders, and when it goes beep and then spits out a little cat food, you hear him thunder down the stairs. So like nom, 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 and scoff all the food that has been dispensed by the automated cat feeder. It's quite hilarious. Brainquist says, I had a BBC 128 back in the day. Shame it's lost to time. Yeah. They were cracking machines. They really were. They're just like. So I may have. Yeah, I have told this story to everyone many times. I was on a flight back from New York some years ago, and one of the original designers of the BBC Micro happened to sit next to me on the plane, and I just got chatting to them. They at that point they worked for ARM, um, and this was only a few years ago. I can't remember exactly when it was. Um, I can probably figure it out by looking at my flight log. Uh, but yeah, it was a few years ago. It was one of the canonical, so it's like 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. And I got chatting, and we were talking about the BBC Micro and history and retro. And I said something about the TV show or the short film Micromen, and he said, "Oh yeah, we were consulted on that." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Yeah, I was one of the original designers of the BBC Micro, and he's one of the team of like 5 or 6 who created it." And that was the best flight I have ever had in my life. Was all right. Cat's disappearing. Uh, Sitting next to this guy who had inside knowledge of a thing that was a formative part of my childhood. And we sat for however long it took to fly back from. I don't think was it New York or Washington. Can't remember. Um, but we just chatted and chatted and chatted about the BBC Micro, hardware decisions that were made, inaccuracies in this program, and um, he amusingly he was said, well, they came in and like consulted us on the details, and so a lot of the details were right. And he pointed out one of the details that was wrong was that Chris Curry drove a red Ford Fiesta XR2. He said he did have a beaten up Ford Fiesta XR2 that he used to drive into the ground. But he said there was a bit in the film where it went down the A1M, and he said, of course, the A1M didn't exist at that time. And I was like, okay, yeah, details. Um, but yeah, we chatted about the different ports on the back of the BBC Micro and the follow-on projects that Acorn were involved in for the what's it called? The Doomsday Project. This thing, which was like a collab between BBC, Acorn, and Philips, and to build these like wild, like complicated devices to create an archive of digital knowledge about the UK. And yeah, Rehnquist, it was like totally random. And the only reason I got chatting to the guy, I thought he might be a nerd. And he's a similar age to, well, he's clearly older than me because I was at school when he was designing the BBC. And uh, he, I saw him get his stuff out of his bag, and um, he had a ThinkPad, and I'm a bit of a ThinkPad nerd. And I said, "Oh, is that X1 Carbon?" to start a conversation. And I don't normally have conversations on planes because people hate that, right? Especially British. And he said, "Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a cracking machine or something." And I glanced over at his phone while he was reading an email, and I saw that his email address was at arm.com. And I thought, "Oh, holy crap! This guy works for Arm. That's interesting in and of itself." And then I said, um, "I can't remember how." I can actually tell you what the next thing that he went off to the loo. When he came back, I was reading a book. I'm now going to go and get the book that I was reading because it's interesting. All right, I'll be back in one moment. Um, bear with me. I'm going to go and get a book. I'm just going to turn this webcam off. Bear with me one moment. Hello, me again. Right. So I started the conversation with is that a ThinkPad? Yes. Then I saw he worked for Arm. He went off to the loo. Just after we'd taken off and we'd like leveled off, he went to the loo, and he came back, and I was reading this book. Um, it's called The Soul of a New Machine by Tracy Kidder. Now, it's not a new book, it's an old book. This was printed some time ago, 1982. Um, and uh, it's worth a read. It's really worth a read. If you're interested in old retro crap like me, it's worth a read. And I was sat there reading through it. Oh my God, have I got. There is a boarding pass in this book. No, this is not the boarding pass. This is a boarding pass from London to Frankfurt. I wonder if there's any other boarding passes in there. No, there are not. Good Lord. I really thought that might be the one of that occasion. Not that it would have been like particularly interesting. Anyway, this is quite an interesting book. Anyway, when the guy came back from the bathroom on the plane, he said to me, "Huh, that's I haven't seen a copy of that book for a while." Now, bear in mind that book was printed in '82, and we're talking like 35 years later. He said, "Where'd you get that?" And I was like, Amazon, because I did. I bought it on Amazon. It was like a second-hand book on Amazon because I'd heard about it. The reason I'd heard about right, I'll tell you why I've heard about it in a minute. Um, I'd heard about it and I bought it. And he said, "Oh, I loaned my copy to someone and I never got it back. I wondered if that was my copy." And that was like the start of a conversation. It's a brilliant start of a conversation. Um, the reason I bought the book is because one of my favorite films of all time is Colossus, the Forbin Project, which is from 1970. And um, uh, yeah, I, I don't know if there's some inspiration in the book from the film, or I don't know if there's a version of the book that predates this or what. I don't know, but there's some correlation that I heard between this, which is my favorite film, and that book, and so I bought the book. Um, yeah. Anyway, that was fun. Uh, while I'm enjoying this, there is no chance for that Telegram snap to get an update tonight. It says Marius. Okay, well done for dragging us back on topic. 532 of 1600 things. Right, well. Marius. You say that, but um, no, it's all right. I'll get back to that. Don't worry. I can get re-distracted. It's fine. Um, hello, ADHD. Right. So, how far into this build are we? I'm not quite sure. When did I start this? Anyone remember? Let's have a look. What time is it now? 23:53. 22:48. So we're past the 55 minutes, and it was crashing at 55 minutes reliably when it was running out of disk space. So yeah, I would suggest that this is going to work. But yeah, it takes a damn long time to build this because like it is building all of everything that's in there. You can look in the folder like um, right. So this is like everything. Oh, what? Why is there a snap in there from November the 8th? That should not be in there. Thank you. Uh, yeah, this there will be. Oh, interesting, interesting. This is interesting. Where did that come from? Is that in the re? Sorry, am I? I'm not. Huh. That's in the repo. I find that fascinating. Um. Hmm. So on GitHub, so this is the repo that I've cloned and that I'm building. Huh. Interesting. Right. Sorry, this is just of personal interest. Um, these are directives given to an artificial intelligence agent called Cursor, which is a fork of VS Code. Oh God, no, I don't want that. So Cursor is a fork of. Hmm. Anyway, I was just interested that they're putting instructions in the source repo of Telegram. Clearly, the developers use Cursor, or at least one of them does. I just found that interesting. What were we talking about? um, so Telegram is building. Good. B2 is building in Launchpad somewhere. Bob. Oh, it failed to build. Okay, good. Right, we've got something to do now. B2. So why did it fail to build? Scroll to the bottom. Hmm. Subcommand failed. I have a feeling this could be as simple as ye olde sea make. Can't generate from time path because GDK. What? What on earth is this? Suggestions welcome. So if we go back and go to let me look at the chat. Thanks, Renquist. I appreciate you listening. Um, um, Baby Doing Stories made Snap Packages update. Yes, this is true. I'm new to Linux. I found that font or text on Ubuntu always looks sharp compared to Linux Mint, if that's true. Yeah, Esme, I yes, there. I mean, it is building on an M1, and you could argue that I could cache some of this. Okay, Ian, I will pause while you go to the loo. Right, we all got to sit here while Ian goes to the loo. Um, so yeah, I mean, it could be optimized a bit. I guess like I'm building it on the slowest of all the Macs on an M1, but there's nothing else running on it at the time. It's not super busy, and the CPU does get pegged, so maybe there's I/O. Maybe if it had twice as many CPUs or threads or whatever, maybe it could be made faster for sure. I find it hard to justify um, like expending too much effort. Usually, I just run this, and it runs and it works for Telegram. It's fine. Um, so usually, yeah, for the number of how many people have got this thing installed, like less than 100, is that? What's that? 20, 20, 20, 20. Yeah, there's like 100 people there who've got this thing installed. Nobody cares. um, maybe an M. Did someone say an M2 um, works on Asahi? Like, that'd be a bit faster. But I don't know. I generally just leave it running. That M1 is not my primary machine, so I leave it running. It's fine. Um, so buy a posher Mac for a snap that's meant to be temporary workaround. Yeah, it was meant to be a temporary workaround. 2 years later, I'm still building this damn thing. Um, I don't have to. There's no like reason I have to do this. It's just that sometimes when I boot into Linux on the M1, I want Telegram because I chat to some of my friends on Telegram. It's as simple as that. The vast majority of stuff that I use on there is web stuff. Um, like there's no Discord ARM64 that works on there. There's no Slack ARM64, excuse me. It's almost all web stuff. Anyway, let's try and figure out why this is failing. I think what I'm going to have to do is build it locally on this computer here, because if it's failing to build there, it's a lot harder for me to debug there. But I suspect, let's get cloning. Let's clone. What am I talking about? Have I got one? No, I don't. Can I please delete my Esme Potatoes folder and my Ian demo because they've just got silly things in. No, I don't need to make a directory. I'll git clone. Right, let's clone the B2 snap. Should we use VS Code? Let's use something other than Nano. Go away, Copilot. Right. Oh, yeah, I trust me. Oh my God, go away. Uh, so, this is how it builds. What's with Popey say? You want to know what Popey say is? Do you want to know what Popey say is? Which machine has Popey say on it? It doesn't work on this machine. You want to know what Popey say is? Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll show you Popey say. Ooh. Right, I've just SSH'd into my work computer for this purpose. And I'm going to turn the volume up on my work computer. Path. What's going on there? Why is Piper not? Ah, I know why. Yay! I know why. I know why. Because Nix. That's why. I've given it away now, haven't I? Where's it gone? What's going on? Hmm. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It doesn't work on that machine. I'm a silly rabbit. Forget that. It doesn't work over there. It works. It should work here. Have I got paper installed? No, no. Hmm. I don't have it installed. The one machine I had it installed on is this ThinkPad, which is the L14 that has Naughty Linux on. Right, I'll give you the short version. It is the Hugging Face model of my voice, and I use it to say stuff in my voice on my computer because I'm a weirdo like that. Sorry, but I need to install Piper NG for that to work. Yes, exactly. What are beans? Um, oh look, I've tried to do this before. What is Piper? I think it moved. It moved somewhere. Oh god, I'm going to have to install this now. Right, this repository was archived because it's moved to another place. There. Right, Piper One GPL. Ah, right. That might be all I need. Oh gosh. So let's go to. Oh, maybe I do have it. Maybe I do because of the power of. Hello. After all that, it's on there, right there. Yeah. Uh, Hello. What are beans? Yes, that's me saying hello. What are beans? And it's using this model, uh, or whatever that is, from Hugging Face, which is interesting. Actually, you could probably there's voices. There you go. You go to voices. There's a link to download voices. Yeah, there. I know it is like there's two of me in the room. One who's a human meatbag, and one who is a weird robotic version of the same human meatbag. So you'll find it on Hugging Face under ENGB. And there's me right at the top, Alan, and that's my voice. Medium. That is the one. Bonk. So, do you know how I found out how to install this? Was I Googled for how to install Piper and voices, and a tutorial video came up, and I'm sure someone will find it. Videos by Chris or something. Uh, is it videos by Chris? Something. Films by Chris. There you go. Films by Chris Piper. Somewhere he's done a video. And I thought, oh, this guy's teaching how to install Piper. And so I went this, and I, it's my voice in this guy's tutorial video. I was like, whoa, that's weird. And so I left a comment saying, hey, that's my voice somewhere down here. But yeah, this it completely freaked me out because he was showing how to use Piper and how to install Piper, which is exactly what I wanted. And then he just showed how to do it with my voice. I was like, that's weird. Anyway, yeah, films by Chris. Where are we? Have we spooled back yet to the Forbin project again? Watch that film; it's great. Uh, it's like Minecraft is still here. Yes. Um, right. So where were we? Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. B2. There we go. We're in VS Code is where we were. And I was getting distracted by the fact that there's other stuff going on. Right. I think one of the quick and dirty ways to test what this might be, I think often the case is just bump to Core 24. And the reason I say that is because there's often a newer version of CMake and stuff in the newer version of Ubuntu, and that's all it takes. Is like, yeah, when people use CMake, I've seen this for years. We're doing Snapcrafts for years, and it could be that just all I need to do is I suspect some of these libraries names would have changed. See as well that Core 24, Core 24. Yeah, well done, well done. I don't think that is right. So if I save that and then go Snapcraft list extensions, I think it's just called GNOME, isn't it? But there is a GNOME. It's just called GNOME. I don't know that we need that cleanup. Done. 40 snap 40. I think there's something ls snap GNOME stuff. Right, 46 2404. That's the one I wanted. Burp. 6 2404. 404. There we go. That's it. I am mildly confident that if we try and build that here, let's see what happens. I reckon there'll be a library that can't be found. Oh, no, there's a syntax change. Bad syntax. Dictionary should have at least one item, not two. This is the worst part of Snapcraft, is the validation of the YAML. Like, that is the absolute... Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Most obtuse error message I have seen in a while. Dictionary should have at most one item after validation, not two. In field, layout, user shared dict. Okay. Layouts. User shared. Which one? D. At most one item, not two. You should DRIRC. So the format of layout has changed. Okay. From Core 22. Snapcraft docs. I need to find the docs. Yeah, this is all very tedious, isn't it? Don't forget to change architecture to platforms. Thank you very much. I can never remember how forms. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you, Daniel. There really needs to be a Snapcraft YAML linter. Yes. Yes, there does. Reference. Also, a migration tool that can just go, you're on Core 22, you want to bump to Core 24. These are the things you change. What am I looking for? I'm looking for layouts. Layouts. Layout. Target path layout. What? Target path? Oh, you don't need bind. Is that what it's saying? Oh, there are 4 types. Right, give me an example. Show me an example. No, you're not going to show me an example. target path. That's right, surely. L- layout, colon, thing, layout. Layout, thing, layout. What's he complaining about? Dictionary. So at most one item after validation, not two. I wonder if. So how do we do this? What we do is we go to Alan's own Git repo and look for layout colon and see if I've got others. Remove bind from the start of the line. I'm always setting the Snapcraft docs so degrading quality and ease of navigation. Yeah, Daniel, I think you might be right. I'm trying to find an example. I want one where it's got layout and core 22, core 24. Ah, there we go. There's one. And that one works. I know this works. Okay. That works. Layout, directory name, bind, directory name. Layout name, directory name, bind, directory name. And that is core 24. Why does that one pass? And that one doesn't. Which one fails again? It's user shared DRI. User shared. It's the first one. I mean, arguably, that's not necessary anymore. Maybe none of this is required. Maybe none of this is required for GPU stuff because it's all been fixed. I don't know. Right, let's try it. Let's give it a go by just yoinking all of. Oh, because actually the layout isn't required to get it to build. Just to like yeet it out of there, as the cool kids say. What? Did I not comment that out properly? What? Oh, God. This is what I find most frustrating. Snapcraft internal error. Directory was not provided. Yeah. Oh. What am I doing wrong? Oh, platforms. That's why. It's because I haven't finished the platforms bit. This bit, which has changed, and I didn't. Right, there we go. That's what it should look like. Not build on, but build for. And actually, it only builds for AMD 64. So there we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, my life. What do I do now? Project because directory was not provided. Have I edited the right file? Project. What? Build plan, platform equals none, build for equals none. What? Platform? Is it platform and not platforms? Platforms. Build for. Platforms. Build for. What are we doing wrong there? I have saved that. A directory was not provided. Build plan platform. I mean, I could technically do that and comment it out. Uncomment layout now that you've uncommented platform. Well, I've already uncommented layout. Oh, oh, you're a smart. You're a smart cookie. You are absolutely right. Right. I know. I know. I know. That's what it should look like, right? Platforms build. No. Build. No. It shouldn't have a dunk. Whoop. Whoop. Build for. Yeah, you're right. It's not the layout that's the fault. It was the platforms all along. I blame Daniel. What? Uncomment layout. No, you've corrected platforms. No, the inverse. What? Platforms. Build for MD64 layout. Look, this one's got not a lot. Uncomment. Uncomment layout. Now that you've corrected platforms. I don't need that open. There's a delay between my typing and you reading. Just do what you think is best. All right. Okay, fine. Hello. Accidental paste there. What? I don't understand. Why is this not working anymore? Let me just like nuke all of this. I'm just like quite happy commenting out huge chunks until something works and then putting it back in bit by bit. As if by magic something starts playing. Right. Meanwhile, over in ARM64 land, ooh, it's making progress. That's good. How? Right, so that's the poor little M1 Mac. But you know what the nice thing about the M1 Mac? No fan. It's completely silent, that laptop. It's pretty cool. The battery's 85%. How is that happened? It's a lie, that's what. The desktop says 90%, and this terminal says 85%. What? Okay, so we've got two things going on here. We've got an instance launching in order to test build B2 with newer toolchain. Um, Mario says, this reminds me of the Magic Device Tool Snap Days. Has the YAML validation gotten worse? A bit. Is this BTOP? Gosh, I might have to switch to that. Yeah, BTOP is best top. Has BTOP on this laptop. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. And that's BTOP on the M1. And the machine doing the streaming, do you want to see that? It's the work Mac running Mac OS, but it also has BTOP installed in theory. Yay! And so that's the work one, which is barely a sweat at all. And that is what's the command line thing? Oh god, fast fetch. That's it. It's a bit more pokey than the poor little M1. That's the thing that's running OBS right now. Is the M4, which is pretty nice. 16%. What are you saying? 16%. What's 16% of what? Yeah, BTOP is quite nice. DStat is another thing I really like. BTOP is good for like a snapshot of what's going on right now. DStat is really good, but DStat has been abandoned because the maintainer rage quit. No, not rage quit. That's rude. Um, Gave up because Red Hat stole the name DStat for something else. Oh, Tesla Mac only using 16% CPU. Yeah. Yes, it's not a busy machine. It literally OBS. Well, that's not true. There is a lot running on that thing, but yeah, um, most of it's idle. It's mostly a Chrome machine. Um, you mentioned something. I said DStat. Yeah. So DStat was abandoned. Uh, I can't remember. That's it. That's it. DStat project ended because Red Rat replacing it with their own. Um, and someone has created a new project. Yeah, so DStat, I love DStat. Um, it's so good, but there's something else. Dool, that's it, Dool, which does much the same. And the nice thing about Dool is what's it written in? Python 3. Can you pip install it? Yes, you can. And it has plugins and stuff, right? You have to see this. Dool is brilliant. Can I run it on this? Ooh, as Telegram? No. It fools you sometimes. Telegram finishes building one thing. Now it's going to do something else. Yeah. Now it's got another 1,000 things to build. Right. So, uh, do I have Dual on here? Um, no, I don't. Can I just do UVX Dual? Can I do that? No. Oh, I haven't got UV on here. Ooh, let's do it on here then. Can I do UVX? Run Dual? Oh, my life. Oh, my life. Okay, let's not do that then. Um, can I just do that? Oops. Yay! That's Dual, which is like DStat. And the thing that this does, you can set the interval, but it's got has it got top? Uh, what's that? The most common usage is dual more 15. Okay. Dual more 15. Is that what it said? Look at that. Ooh. Okay. So the nice thing about this is it's one of those things you could just leave running in a terminal somewhere. And when things start going south, you just quickly switch to that terminal, see what's going on. And it updates every so many seconds. Um, and has like a summary of load average and memory usage. And there's also things for like which are the top CPU processes, which are the top memory processes, top IO, and all that kind of stuff. It's all pretty cool. Um, is there a top? There used to be in DStat. I don't know if they carried it over in Dual. Um, Enable memory. Oh, they might have removed it. Oh, that's a real shame. I used to really quite like the top thing because it would say which process was consuming the most CPU, which one was doing the most I/O, which one was doing the most RAM, and so you could easily see like what is the thing. It's way better than top because top just shows you the top CPU. This shows you top like everything, top network, everything. It's really cool. Yeah. Anyway, that's Duel. Duel is quite good. I wonder if, oh, well, mind you, I could do it on here, couldn't I? I could do exactly what I just did. Oh, I haven't got UV. Oh, well, mind you, I can snap install it. I assume that's classic. God, poor little struggle buggy here. And what did I do to run that? Was it just UV? Yeah, I did UV pip install, didn't I? Dual. Yay. Dual dash dash more 15, was it? Yay. Yeah, so I'll just leave that running on the M1 Mac and see how that fares. So we also have running there, and B2 is building. So yeah, stuff is happening. Cool, huh? Yes, good. I'm glad you found Duel interesting and useful. Uh, what time is it? It is getting on, isn't it? midnight. Golly. Yeah, we're not going to get this built, are we? Uh, uh, anyway, going back to where I was. Oh my god, we got sidetracked, 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 sidetracked. How far are we through fixing this? So that's the one that we're currently looking at. The one at the very top and the one at the very bottom. Telegram Asahi. SBombage, I'll deal with that myself. That's one of mine. Spectrum Analyzer, I need to figure that out another time. Peak Server, I need to figure that out as well. That's a big one. I want to get all these green ticks. That's another one of mine. Grummage. So we're doing really well, actually. B2 we're working on. Telegram we're working on. That's one of mine. That's something I'll look at some point. The Peak Server, I definitely need to do. Why do I need to look at Peak Server? Good night, Ian. Uh, I don't know how much longer I'll be here either. I'll just roll over and fall asleep in a minute on the bed behind me, probably. And just leave it all running. Like, you know, iJustine live stream from like, yeah. When was that? Do you remember when live streaming first started? It was people like Justine who would like leave a webcam running. When did she start? Good lord, 84. She's 10 years younger than me. No, 12 years younger than me. Oh, good lord. It's wild, isn't it? No sleep stream. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased that we've made some progress on stuff that, you know, is a rod for my own back for the next 20 years. I don't know what happens when, I run out of enthusiasm for these things. It's a tricky thing, isn't it? Like package maintenance. So on this machine, we're currently using 12 gig. Oh, is it finished? Ah, okay, we have an answer. Right, here we go. Libroken 18. Really? Libroken. Heimdall. Okay, so I suspect that version number has changed. So um, see, this is one of the problems. Is like when you specify all these debs in here, like that. Um, Someone's got to update them with each release. So, Libroken 18 Heimdall. I'm on 2404 here, so I can actually search for Libroken and see what we find. Ah, there we go. It has changed. And it is actually 19 to 64. So I have to change that to 1964. And what I should do is update all these others. I would imagine all of these are changed. Like, oh, man. I wish at some point I need to write a script. I should, like, at some point I should have done this in the last 10 years to just go through the stage packages and then use an API to find the name of those packages in the next release of Ubuntu. Why has nobody done this? Because, like, I'm the only weirdo doing this. I worry that I'm going to have to do this manually for all of them. What? Yeah, I'm going to have to do this for all of these. Right. All right. How many lines after stage packages are there? Don't make me script this. Stage packages 91 until, well, the build packages need doing as well until cleanup. So 91 to 148. So that's like 91. Let me grep stage packages from Snapcraft YAML. What? Oh, it might be there twice for B2 and also, what else? Libs. I don't know why that's a separate thing. Grep. Right, okay. Grep stage package. I need a YAML parser, don't I? That pulls out everything that's in there. Oh, I don't have the smarts to do this. Yes, Esme, it is bedtime. It is bedtime. They almost all start with lib, don't they? You know what? It's all the Heimdall packages, isn't it? Oh, this is going to be terrible, isn't it? Mm, not too terrible. Not too terrible. Well, there's not too many of them. That's good. Okay, so apt search lib heimbase. Okay, yeah, this is going to take 5 minutes to do. There's no point writing code for this. Heimbase. Uh, NTLM. Windows stuff, that is, NTLM. Uh, NTLM. That's that one. What's next? Lib. It won't be ASM1, but oh, yeah, lib ASM1. There you go. Window. I quite like that. Lib window. Okay, yeah, okay. It's not window. I know, it's wind 0. Thank you for the support, everyone. Thank you for the support. Any others? Lib HX 509. Did I get that right? Yeah, I did. Wow, these package migration names are just awful. X509. Maybe that one. Kerberos one as well. Lib curb 5. Search lib curb. That one. Nope, not that one. That one. You know, I could have asked like Claude or Copilot to do this for me. libhm ntlm 64. Is that all of them now? libh crypto. Search libh crypto. There we go. Dunk. That's that one there. There will be others, almost certainly. Well, let's see how that goes. See if that chugs along nicely. And then we'll see how dual climbs. Load average, nice and low, and then goes mad. I was going to have a quick look at. Oh my gosh. How long have I been streaming? A while. Thank you so much, Marius. I suspect this has failed again. Yeah, libICU out search. libICU. Maybe 71 or something. 74. Now. libICU. I am dangerously close to writing a migration tool. I should leave this tab open so I can see when it fails. How's that? How's Telegram going? Has that failed? It's built. It's built. Hallelujah. Right, it's finished. You might actually end up with. Wow. Holy frioli. Right, let's do it. Right, I'm going to presume that this works. So I'm going to do Snapcraft upload and just go YOLO it into the. Oh, come on, you fool. Release equals candidate. Right, my internet might go rubbish for a bit. Do do do. How long did that take? Did we? I don't know if we could. Well, what's the timestamp on that? Midnight 25. So it actually finished uh, like 20 minutes ago. Well, I'm faffing around with B2. And what I'll be able to do is snap info, telegram, Asahi. And as you can see, I am tracking the candidate channel and it's currently 613. When that upload finishes over there, I'll be able to snap refresh and my laptop will get the latest version and I will run it on my laptop without showing you because it's Telegram. Um, and if that works and I can like open conversations and open media and download media and stuff like that, it's, for me, that's like QA. QA done. Right. libgl1. Now this has changed. Now this is another one where I had to, oh man, you see, this is the thing. I've updated other snaps like Fabagon emulator. Like if I bet I didn't keep that open, did I? No. Somewhere in here there will be a diff where because I bet that isn't in here. No, it's not. I have a diff somewhere here. A pull request. Oh man, maybe I don't. Crud. I am 100% certain I removed that from this snap and replaced it with. Maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it was something else. I have a feeling I don't need that anymore. libgl. I have a feeling, uh, like, I'm going to manifest a feeling that I don't need these two anymore because I think they come from the GNOME library. Come on, come on. You notice how this is a little bit faster to turn around now because it's doing everything in this Lexi container and like it's running Snapcraft and it will go, oh no, I can't find that library. And it will barf pretty quickly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. libldap. Oh god, libldap. Search libldap. Typo. Two. Libldap two. Is that what it's called now? Libldap two. That's it. That's all I need to call it. Okay. I'm not sure that's true. It's a stage package as well. Really? Seriously? We just go two. That's it. Okay. Okay. Right. Anyway, back to Asimo. Is it still uploading? Turn the wheel. Come on. So it takes a while to upload, and then once it's uploaded, the Snap backend reviews the snap. You can actually do this yourself. You can go snap review like that, and this is what it does. It checks a load of stuff to make sure. Wait, pass. Of course, you wouldn't think otherwise. Does a load of checks. If they pass, it allows you to upload the snap. If it fails, you get You get an email actually that tells you your snap failed the tests. Thank you, Zebraphil. Twitch says 2 hours 44. Is that how long I've been streaming? Good lord. Well, that's good, isn't it? Let me have a look at the Twitch dashboard and see if it's like rewarded me with some nonsense. Wow. No. Oh, there's a bitrate graph here. What does that say? That says 8 meg a second. 8 meg a second. Is that good? I guess. I don't know. Wow. Looking at the dashboard, I've got some achievements. Huh. Cool. I like internet points, don't you? I'm just going to mark everyone as a VIP. You instantly get VIP status after you've ended a stream. Marius, thank you for the expert advice there. So this is uploading. Is B2 still going, or is that baffed? That's going. There we go. So B2 is building. Let's find out how long B2 normally takes in Launchpad to build. When it builds successfully, 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. Although, failed. So a successful build is about 20 minutes long. That's what we need to know. But that's in Launchpad, not on my 10-year-old ThinkPad. Is it 10 years old? When did the T450 come out? I have had this a while. 2015. Woo! It is indeed mainstream. Outrageous. This is far from mainstream. It's a ThinkPad. How dare you? Someone, someone needs to edit this Wikipedia page. How dare you? I'm not mainstream. How rude. I've got one of them still, the T43. It's a glorious machine. I think mine's got Windows XP on it. And it still boots. It's fine. I found it in a charity shop. Glorious machine, it really is. Don't get me sidetracked into buying more ThinkPads. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Right. So that's still building. That's still reviewing. We can actually see that, maybe. If I go to, let me go to the Telegram page. If we go over to settings, somewhere in here there's a dashboard link. There's like an old version of this website that still exists. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my voice down because it's 1 a.m. and I'm keeping the family awake. Daniel says points being prizes. He is not wrong. Hello, Steve. Yes, I'm noodling again. I cannot stop noodling. Everybody noodling. Why is this not working? Oh, okay, right. Let's just go the official way. Dashboard.snapcraft.io. Is it? Yeah, it is. Sign in. Don't make me log in. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. There we go. What's that? What are we looking for? Telegram. There we go. Right, so what you get in here, this is the old version of the store. And somewhere in here. Oh, 613. That's old. It doesn't show you. Usually it shows you down here, like, what's going on. Like, you get these little blocks. You get like an empty block when it fails. And when it passes, like, yeah, you get this little log. So that was the last update I did, was 10th of September. And there, it tells you if it fails there. But it's taking a while. You remember this old version? Sorry, Esme. It's something that's stuck in my brain. That everybody shuffling is always, it's always in my head. Um, so notice up here it says new. Try the new page, which has been new for many years. This is like the retro one. Hmm. Wow. I'm pretty glad with what we got done today. Thank you for the encouragement and support. I really appreciate it because if I sat here without doing this stream, I probably would not have persevered through some of these. I probably would have given up. And this looks good. This is really good. I wonder if there's any missing from this list. You can. There's a publisher page on Snapcraft.io. If I look at any of my snaps, well, let's just look at that one. When you click on it, there's a link where your name is, publisher there. There we go. Yeah, there's a few missing. Bomb Squad. I don't think Bomb Squad is in that list, is it? No, it's not. That's one I have to add. Emoji. Oh dear. DOSBox staging is there. Fragile is there. Ministry, is that in there? LM. Yes, it is. What? 146, 153, 146. What? What is going on there? This is broken. Oh no. What's the latest version of Mindustry? 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 Uh, MDT. MDT was 10 years ago. What's MDT? Ooh, oh, that doesn't look good. Oh dear. My poor, poor laptop. Still uploading. How big is that? What's that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 80 meg. Holy cow. Magic device tool. Oh, yes. Yes. Magic device tool. That was it. Oh, man. Come on. Yeah. It's Shatter. Oh, that one's not in there either. And yeah, there's a few that are missing. Oh, man. So, how many are in this list? A lot. Oh, that's one of my favorite things I've ever made. I'm very pleased with this. I use this quite a lot. Slow mo. It is quite cool. I'm quite pleased with it. I like the GitHub page as well. I haven't linked to the GitHub page. Oh my god. Oh my god. This laptop is struggling. I think B2 is building quite nicely now. Oh, let's just check. Distracted. Yeah, building. Um, right, slow mo. I need to update this page here. Source code is there. Issues are there. Boom, easy. Save. Marius is asking, how much longer are you going to keep going? Am I getting another beer? Well, you know, only you can prevent forest fires, Marius. I can't help you there. So check this out. I love this. I've got a VHS video on the Slow Mo homepage. I'm going to finish. Oh, okay. Uh, it took that as a yes. Yes, that's a yes. Uh, oh, I thought I had a video on it. What? Oh, there it is. It's just not loaded. This is cool. I love this. I love VHS. Introducing Slow More. More is rubbish because it like spits stuff out. But if you use Slow More, it scrolls nicely. Check this out. Set your pager, and then look, it scrolls nicely. I'm not pressing the keyboard in this video. I'm just like, it's really cool. I love that. You can go faster or slower. This is a video, isn't it? I could. Oh no, I can't because it's. I made this video and then embedded it there, and then I can't embed it here. I need to put it on YouTube. I might have to re-record that video. I think the VHS file is in there somewhere. GIFs. Is it under there? Come on. Come on, man. Oh my god, this poor laptop. No, I haven't. Okay. So maybe the VHS file is kicking around somewhere. In which case, I can remake that video at the right resolution for YouTube and then um, update that and put it in there. Because there's no screenshots of it. I don't. I think I tried to put the GIF in there and it didn't like it. I don't think anyone has downloaded this. I think it's got like 0 downloads. Yes. Is it even a public snap? Yes, it is. My God, how embarrassing is that? I've made software 0 people have downloaded. Good Lord. Actually, didn't I publish this on somewhere? Oh, it's Rust, isn't it? Oh God. Oh well. I think some people just don't. They just don't understand me. Right, come on, hurry up. B2 is still building. Telegram still uploading. Come on. Right, let's do the snap info again. Oh, I think it just finished. Connection aborted. Great, great. Thanks for that. What went wrong there then? If I view this log, it's not going to have any keys in it, is it? Remote disconnected. Close connection. That's kind of annoying. Am I going to have to upload this thing all over again? Oh, you rotter. What does slow more do? It, you know how when you do more on something, like on a log file, it just goes and shows you a page, and then goes and shows you another page. Slow more is like slow scrolling. Like if you wanted to have a video and you wanted people to be able to see stuff as it goes by and doesn't just go. Slow more is a slower version of more, and it scrolls past slowly. I use it in videos. Come on. Right, so I reckon we're going to get B2 still building. We said 20 minutes, we reckon that's going to take. What's it doing? Wow. Yeah, this little laptop's getting a bit toasty now. 95 degrees. My 10-year-old laptop building software for nobody. Like, nobody uses this stuff. Like, a dozen people. I'll tell you what I'm glad about is I'm glad. Please explain after your upload has recovered. Have I got slow more installed on it? I do. Okay, right. We had a log somewhere that was really big. Where was it? Let me show you. There you go. There's a big log file, right? If I go more, that log file, it just goes and gives you a page, and then you press space, you get a page, a page, a page, a page. Every time you press space, you get a page. Like, it's really ugly. Whereas if you go cat that thing and pipe it through slow more, it just outputs nicely like this, but really slowly. It's just like intentionally slowly scrolling output, which is useful for videos because people can pause the video and rewind the video. Whereas if it just goes and flies by, then the frame rate of the video isn't fast enough to capture all the text going by. This slows it down. Now, I can accelerate this in a video edit later, but what I'm getting at is I'm capturing it all, and I can then accelerate it if I want to. And with slow mo, you're just slowing the output. It's like doing cat, but slowly. That's really all it is. It's got a couple of environment variables to tell you how slow. Yes, you can make it go slower. Uh, do, do, do. Mm, you can do lines per second or seconds per line, whichever way you want to do it. So there you go, lines per second or seconds per line. There you go. So if I do that, oh, that went wrong. Oh my god. Boop. Like, oh my god. Oh god, I'm so used to pressing. My keyboard skills are terrible at the moment, and also this computer is incredibly slow. Um, Let me scroll back down. Where is it? Some more seconds per line, right? Right. So I do seconds per line 2, and I just run the exact same command. It's now like 2 seconds every line, which is like unreasonably slow. But you can fiddle with that. That's it. Written in Rust as well. Who knew? All good fun. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for that to finish loading. What is going on there? You have a use for it. Oh, Rust. Ew. Yeah, well, you could be the #1 user of the snap if you want to. See you later, Dan. Thank you for joining. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Right. B2, still running. Still building. Sus. Mind you, compare Launchpad builders in a data center with loads of cores with my crappy ThinkPad T450. Like, I think. Right, Telegram's finished. Boom shakalaka. Right, if I would do a snap refresh now, it's downloading a load of snaps. I should have probably just said do Telegram. Camel. Done. Right. I am now going to log in to my desktop, my Mac, and click the Telegram icon. I'm not going to show it to you. Sorry about that. Yep, that works. Oop. Well, actually, I can show it to you because it's booted me out. I've got to log in again, so I'll authenticate with my phone because I haven't logged into this machine for a while. should get a notification somewhere. 7. If I type the right number in, obviously. Right. Yep, logged in. I just sent you a message saying woo from that version of Telegram, so it works. Right, so now we have revision, whatever it is, 49. So I can actually do from here Snapcraft release, Telegram Asahi 49 stable. And so now it will move that from the candidate channel to the stable channel. And if I go snap info, you can now see revision 49 is now in the stable channel. And so if I go to the website and look for Telegram, oh my god, what on earth is going wrong with this page? Let's just quit that. Telegram. Now you notice it says 613 when I refresh the page. 624. Boom. Done. And then in 20 minutes, this page will update and that will say 624 there. All right. I think we're almost done. All we need to do is just get this B2 done. And then we've got happy times. Still building. Oh, what is going on here? It's chugging away, isn't it? Memory usage 17 gig. Holy cow. What on earth is this? What's all this? Ah, okay. AS. Is that part of the linking process at the end? I think it might have got towards the end. Nope, finished. Uh, mm, donk. I need to turn this mute. There we go. Come on. Yay! Right, what's this say? Set version blah warning. Use that set version. User encouraged to replace that with that. It failed. Oh, I see. I see. Right, there's a syntax change. Balls. This is going to want to rebuild the whole thing. It's that I need to do craft CTL and it's set space version equals that. That's a pile of poo because it's over I build it and I've changed a bit in the middle. It's going to redo that whole section because it can't tell which bit I changed, and because of that I think it's going to take another 20 whatever minutes. So that took 23 minutes. You can actually see it down there. That's why I love this prompt because it tells me how long the command took. So 24 minutes. I am not staying up for another 24 minutes to watch this. I think that's going to rebuild the whole thing. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and see what it does. Because it's cached in an LXD container, it should. But yeah, I think this is the fact that I've changed this has balls that up. We shall see. Super. Well, this was productive, wasn't it? Oh, good. I've got my phone in a charger that isn't plugged in. Well done, me. Why is it not plugged in? Because the charger is plugged into my USB dongle thing. Right. What's it doing? Is this actually going to build or is it just checking? That looks like configure. Right. We're going to have to knock it on the head soon because this is late. Interesting. Twitch says this is a 720p stream. Is that right? I thought I was sending 1080p. Is it being scaled, perhaps? How can I see? YouTube is 1080p. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah, it looks like he's rebuilding the whole world. Pooh. That's a shame. Quality auto. Maybe it's just. Oh no, it does say 1080p 60 is the source on Twitch, but it's in auto. So because I've got Twitch in a tiny window. Thank you, Zebraphil. Still here. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate you hanging out. And if you have any requests, I take requests. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about or demo or something, this looks like it's going faster. Is it? Like, is it really building all of this again? I think it is. Yeah, I know that feeling. Being more productive at night time. It's like kids are in bed. Well, Claire's in bed. Sam's in bed. Steve says 7:20 here. Okay, see you later, Esme. Lovely to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Weird. Hmm. I wonder if it's just the way the window is resized. It picks the optimal one, I guess. Yeah, this is going to take a while. I think we should probably knock it on the head. 1:15 right now. Golly. Yeah, this is going to be a pain because this is going to chug on for a while. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve things, let me know. Like more cats, fewer cats, better audio quality. All of these things are very valid suggestions. Better lighting, better haircut. I got a haircut today. It's a lot better. It was really long. Yeah, just let me know. Other than that, I think it's probably about time for bed. More cats, always appreciated, says Marius. Yeah. Maybe what I'll do next time is lock them in here. Like, close the door. They can't get out. And they have to like all over me while I'm trying to like show them off. Maybe. I'm really pleased with this. I do love getting these green ticks. I mean, some of this is abandoned software. Dynahack's not updated. Classic Cube is. I mean, obviously, the other thing is perhaps it's broken, and some of these are not updating. You know, I know some of these. This is abandoned software, so like Forgeo is not abandoned at all. Like I actually use that myself. I have a Forgeo install myself that I use to test this. So I always like test the upgrade path and test that it runs. Gripe as well. Yeah, that's always good. I'm quite pleased that MAME is still maintained. Like that's still got a few users. I'm quite pleased that there are actually people who use it because, um, yeah, it's one of those things that I really love. It's not the most used of all the snaps that I've got published. Oh my god, this poor laptop. It's so slow. I think there's a good 1,000 users or so. How many is it? Yeah, like nearly 4,000 users of the MAME snap. I mean, the thing is, you never know if people are actually using it. This is just like people who have it installed. No idea who they are. Doesn't matter. Don't care. It's not my business. but there's like a few thousand people who have some of these snaps installed, and that's lovely to know that someone is getting some value, maybe getting value out of this. Like this one, it's been years. God, so long I've been maintaining this. Like back here, 2204, and then the new LTS takes over and like climbs and eats the previous LTS. And then the next release comes along and starts eating some of those users. It's dead funny. These graphs always make me laugh. It's like, what's that drop there? Is it Christmas? Yes. You see the drop there at Christmas? That's where people stop turning their computers on. And what's this drop here? Uh, April? Could be Easter. Easter holidays. People stop going to school. And then this bit here is summer, where in the northern hemisphere. Sorry. This is all summer, and then people coming back to college and school and stuff. It's brilliant. Like you always see this drop here at Christmas every year on every snap, because this is measuring machines that have this snap installed. So this is just this snap, not all snaps. This snap, machines that have this snap installed that are no longer asking for new versions of this application, and so therefore we assume if you've stopped asking for more than a week, then that's a dropped user. If you come back, then the graph goes back up again. And so that's why you see this drop and then it recover. It's not people removing the software and then installing the software. It's the machines just not even asking. So they're just turned off. It's like people who go home for Christmas and leave their computer at the dorm, they leave their desktop there. Or it's people who are no longer at work and they have MAME on their work computer and they go home. It's like, I find this stuff super fascinating. One of the best ones is Twinery. Twine. Because that one follows a regular school arc, because I think they use it in education. Um, that's just a guess, but it's like, it goes up and down with um, the school. Now, what's this pink one? 1804. What on earth are people still doing, having a huge deployment of 1804? Well, let's have a think about that. Let's not do it by OS. Let's have a look down here. Oh man, the data's not refreshed. Oh, that's a shame. Usually you can see the countries like lit up. But yeah, this is super fascinating. Like, this, a significant portion of 1804. Let that sink in, everyone. I'm pretty certain that's an educational environment where they're using this particular application, which makes me feel I have to keep this thing up to date, because there's clearly an environment somewhere where, what's that? What's that number there? Right, 400 of these. It's 400 computers with it installed. So of course I'm going to keep it up to date. Like there's people learning how to write adventure games, or I don't know, somewhere in the world this is important. So keep it maintained. It's good fun. Good lord, it is 1:30 in the morning. I'm hearing fireworks go off. Audio's fine. More cats. A few thousand people having it, which is definitely no longer working. Back then, handled with classic. Too much power for me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was interesting when you could see. I mean, like, look at. I think I still have access to some snaps that have a lot of users. Discord is probably the biggest one that I have access to. I think the biggest one ever total is probably Cups. That's got like 1 million users or something stupid. It's enormous number of users. Oh, this is never going to load, is it? Yeah, yeah. Some of those like infrastructure like snaps are bazillions of installs. Like you think This is where the whole desktop Linux market is, or the user base is just like deluded and like un unaware of how inconsequential the Linux desktop is, because there are so many more servers with this stuff installed. It's absolutely wild how many machines have some stuff installed. So that line there is the most popular snap that I still have access to, and it's like Discord. It's got like 300,000 users, and it could be more, but it's low because there are some problems with the snap. But yeah, some of these have just ludicrous numbers of users, and it's because like normies just want to be able to go, how do I get this? How do I chat to my mates? Are they using Discord? And then just do a search online, and boom, they find it. And like these have got, 100,000 users on them. That's pretty scary, isn't it? And it works, just about. That's also funny. Is this, you can see the release cadence, those colors changing constantly. It's like every release of Discord as it comes out just gets replaces the previous release. And this is good from a developer's point of view because you see, well, my thing is up to date. Right. Can you see Christmas again? There. Right. That week there is Christmas. That's where like students go home and people go home from work. And then there's another Christmas there. Like, they're funny. And then there's summer there, and then there's summer there. It's yeah, I find that super fascinating. Human behavior and the impact of human behavior when you look at like the difference between whatever this number is here, like 280,000, right, and then drop down to there, which is what? Sorry, 250. So there's 30,000 difference between that and that, something like that. That's 30,000. That's just one application. Like you think about that across all the applications, desktop applications that check in, and how much less bandwidth and compute is used at the other end, like of all these machines checking in to say, is there a new version of Discord? And they do that like constantly throughout the day. So the like carbon footprint of running Discord on millions of machines is insane because they're all constantly poking the back end trying to find new versions. It's wild to me. Anyway, uh, that is not going to finish anytime soon, and it's nearly 1:30, and it's time for bed. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate everyone giving me the encouragement to pick up some of these tasks that have been sat on the floor for a while. Uh, See you all another time. Thanks, everyone. Uh, have a good weekend and maybe get some sleep. That's probably a good idea. Love you all and see you all soon. And you know how to find me. The easiest way, actually, you may not know how to find me, but the easiest way to find me is to go to popey.me. Like, there's links to like every way to contact me on there. So if you want to contact me, you can. Or, yeah, just send me an email. Take care, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.